save that. You not getting credit for my spins like a wave cat. They don't give a fuck if you did enough, you delusional. If you grew enough and knew what's up, what it do to you, smarten you and harden you. You tell me which part is you. Don't let it change the flow of the blood your heart could use. I'll be damned, you lucky that I'm a father, dude. So I gotta step back before I shoot like Harden do. Pardon me, whack nigga, I always spat slicker. Fuck with hushes, no luck, like Cardi with rap niggas. Got him looking at my life through binoculars.
Welcome to another edition of Tell It How It Is. No filter. I am Voice of Reason. Thanks for joining me once again. No delays. Let's go right to work. Make sure you subscribe to the channel though. Like, comment, share. I would love feedback of any sort. This is real thick skin. Whatever you have to say, respectfully, let me know. The channel is Voice of Reason NF. The email is howyoustop.him, HOWUSTOPHIM 35 at gmail.com. All right. Let's go. Women sometimes think they're baddies because they may know or hang around baddies. Men may duplicate this as well, but deep down, I think they know the vibes. So I understand the atmosphere, energy, vibes. You know, when you hang around people and you're vibing, these energies interchange. So depending on how long and how much consistency of this energy and vibe that goes on every week, every other week, once a month, whatever the time frame is, and the time amount, 1 hour to 3 hours. Anyway, I'm trying to be scientific. If you're around this energy and vibe constantly, you may start to feel like you belong and you're a part of it. But reality checks you. Ever so often, reality gotta come holler. So, not to bash anyone, because that's why I say men may duplicate this as well. So if there's a guy out there, or your homies, they're doing well, they're doing their thing, you're a little short of that. They rock with you, so they'll still hang, they'll carry the load, maybe they'll crack a joke here and there, but they got you for the most part. But they can't save you. They go out in social groups, and you trying to date, introduce yourself, cold approach, find wifey, whatever. And women could notice the room. So for all your mans, they established to some extent, and you not, they may be able to tell. Don't sleep. You hurt more than that though, fellas. Trying to be something you're not. It's more exposed. Excuse me. So you won't be able to be as swift and crafty with it. So back to the women though. So the women who think they're baddies because they hang around them or know them. The thing is, we'll still see that. I don't know, it's like I got allergies, pardon me, y'all. Nah, it's all right. All right, so you'll see it, fellas, and we'll know that what's going on here. but they're around baddies. The vibe is strong, the energy is good, and sometimes, they sell it. And us as fellas, depending on what the real motive, what the real motive is. I'm not starting over. We don't edit things. This is organic and natural. Damn near live. So I'm not going back. A sneeze or two won't hurt y'all, right? We noticed them and we're like, wait a minute. Who doesn't belong? All right, if I do like two more, I'll start over. Who don't belong? Yet they still mingling, they're still there. Your eyes are fooling you. Because if this camp is tight, this clique is tight, it doesn't matter how bad they are or not. Her girls got her. Her girls gave her the confidence, gave her the pep talk or whatever. And so she thinks she's won. And she probably will get away with it way more than a guy can. Because she just will be in the right place at the right time. If the rest of them is fire and a bunch of dudes come talk, come on. There's going to be one they tell, take one for the team. But overall, I don't really think I answered this or broke this down the right way. I was just giving examples probably. I don't want to say it's a terrible way to think. It can motivate you to become that. So women who aren't, but they hang around that, if they have the patience and the will and the drive and are conscious of where they're really at, they may be able to obtain this. So I could bring a positive light to this. I'm not just going to bash the ones who's delusional. We have those. I can't act like they're not there. But I'm going to give it to y'all like it's motivating and you might could get there. Fellas, the same. You might could get there. I'm just going to be positive and say that, both parties have a chance. But don't be too delusional. Now, here's where it gets worse. If the female or the guy has no progress at all, they just come in the clique and just think they fire like the rest with no work put in, no awareness of it. That's the ones I would get on like, you are delusional. But the ones that come in, still act accordingly, blend in nice, look like they belong, you could do that. You don't want to make yourself look crazy, do that. But really try to work because you might could get there, especially if the baddies or the established fellas keep you around. You could get there, you know what I'm saying? But the delusional, that's what I can't stand. When you came in, you put in no work. That's why I give the guys a slight edge, because even if they behave like they're established, they know deep down and it eats them more. I'm not saying they don't eat the females, but I think the guys be like, I'm Oscar Award nominee. And again, a female will be able to read the room most likely and pull his card. The thing is, it's not that we can't pull the female's card that thinks she bad and she not. A few drinks, the rest of her clique, circumstances, she's still going to rock. And that's just that. She just going to rock anyway, being in the right place at the right time. And women run the world. Let's be honest. If it's a good vibe, the music good, it's a team of your guys and them, they not going to leave her. Like, unless it's an odd number, I bet you that's where it exposes itself to, both sides. If it's 7 girls and 6 guys, that one that thinks that might be the neglect. But, and that's not even guaranteed. She still got a shot. I never count them out. I just don't want you to be delusional though. Like, don't really think you're a baddie. Just think that you got a gift, a gab maybe. You know how to finagle. You know how to blend in. You have traits. You have good traits, good qualities, but that'll make you a baddie. But if you've gotten away with baddie behavior, salute. We should want to break even here. So can the guys get that love? No. Fellas, if you're in a group and you're not getting the love equally, they figured it out. I'm off that. Be picky because everything you want exists. Who needs to hear this more? Does that totally go against the last statement? So if you think you're a baddie or you're an established guy, yes. No, if you are a baddie and you are an established guy, you can be picky. Let me put that in front of there. You can be picky because everything you want exists. If you're delusional, you're not a baddie, and fella, you're not established, I don't know if you can pull this off. I gotta be honest. There's levels though, so you can still have a standard. So again, this episode is more positive. I hope you can agree. Because even if you're not on that level, you still can have standards that are like that's similar to your level. You might be on the come up. You might be stagnant, but you know you're still somewhere versus settling for something that's nowhere. That might throw you off. But I feel like everybody got life is levels. Let's say the level go up to 20. 20 is like damn near perfection of life. You've accomplished everything. 2 is but you could be on level 2 and still say I'm not rocking with level 1 people. This is what I'm saying. Like you can still have your standards. Let's just not be delusional. So the be picky comment is for my baddies and my fellas who are established. Be as picky as you want because everything you want exists. They said who needs to hear this more? That could also be a motivator. So if both parties are not, so the female is not a baddie, the guy is not established, and yet they both want to still be picky. I gave you levels. You can still have standards. But when you want to elevate to this, to be able to say, I'm picky because everything I want exists, who needs to hear that more? Sorry, ladies. I'm going to say the fellas because although, and I was joking with a colleague the other day that men can do some type of surgeries too to make them look better, but most likely it's females who do the altering of their body. So I say the fellas need to hear this more because he really need to get to it. There's no real cheat code out for a guy. Unless, come on, we could talk the ratchet shit. He go shack up with a woman, the first woman that like him, or, finagle a game, but no, he ain't really put no real work in. That type of thing. But still, it's not in our favor to behave like we can afford to be picky because no one really cares what we think and how we feel. Is as long as we provide. We provide with strong, with security. So you could flip that on them. Like, if I gotta be stable, I gotta be security. Yeah. Now I'm gonna really advocate that I gotta be picky. Because I am providing, I do provide, I can provide. But singularly, by yourself, fellas, become better. Get to establish. Then you could really live by be picky. Because some of y'all got no reason being picky. And I said I was going to stay positive for the most of this. But you got to have a reality check. You got to know where you at. You got to know how you carry yourself. You got to know certain things. Read the room. Peep the vibes. You know where you really at. And if you want to still choose to be delusional, I'm talking to both, then have at it. You know what I mean? But again, established dudes and the baddies, be picky because everything you want exists. Okay, close out with a personal one. I may be a terrible icebreaker. Some of us know what I'm talking about, fellas. Like, I'll try to help, and I hope there's some guys that could listen to this and could relate and can make the necessary changes. Because it don't have to stay that way. So look, let's see if we are similar. Our overall character and personality, and we're just gonna do straight personal relationship bound type of vibe with this. So whoever you may be into, the later down the line and once you're around me, I'm speaking for the fellas if you like this, there's no way that you don't have some type of liking. I'm not going to judge the level of liking. Like you could rock, we could crack jokes. We'll always have an interaction. We can talk for multiple minutes. I'm a social person. I'm not shy. You can't have a podcast and be shy. So I can walk in any room, money don't matter, and hold a conversation and interact with people like I knew them my whole life. If I had to, because I'm social. Feel me? So that's what I'm talking about, fellas. Like when you have the skill, you're not shy, you have humor, the people who are in your corner really rock with you and co-sign and talk, really decent about you when they mention you. So now it's kind of bittersweet that you may be thinking you're a terrible icebreaker in the sense of because I get along or I feel like I could get along with everybody and I'm not plotting on anyone's demise. I feel like any interaction I have more than 3 syllables, you can show and tell a lot. So to entertain this terrible icebreaker, they didn't read the room correctly. They didn't give a fuck about reading the room. They're in a shitty mood. You're not their type on any level, which bothers me a little because I'm like, damn, ladies, even if you don't see him as a potential partner, you got to still be that cold about it. Like, I guess, females don't want guys in their face all the time, 24/7, queen, grand rising and all that. So I get it. But just think about that like an oxymoron. You are a social person. You not shy. You will approach whoever damn near. How could you be a terrible icebreaker? I ain't really get nowhere, did I? But tell the truth though. Those are just those hiccups. Like, they said they even hated Jesus. Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, they still got judged accordingly. Alleged. But what you gonna really do? Like, you can't control that. 9 times out of 10, if it play on, you recover. But some of them times when they just getting off the ground, you like, I'm just being me. And you should never change because that'll drive you nuts. So if you really on this hunt or you really like, even as an experiment, want to see what energy you get on some ice breaking vibe, you got to read the room. Pay attention. So you know who you aiming at towards. But based on your previous succession, you may feel confident that you could go against the odds or go for broke and then just be prepared if it don't go your way, God forbid. You feel me? It's tough. The whole game is tough. But hope my guys can relate. Terrible icebreaker. I would always say that that's the easiest part. What the hell? But it is what it is. Y'all take it easy and remember my 3 Ps. Stay progressive, stay positive, and stay pushing. Peace.